Let me tell you about this.
Welcome to Take It or Leave It, where we offer insight and perspective on tough topics. I'm your host, John Paul Reed, with Pure Momentum's Athlete University.
Hi, welcome to Take It or Leave It, where we offer insight on tough topics. I'm your host, John Paul Reed. Today's show is brought to you by Athlete University. Today's take: quitting while you're ahead isn't the same thing as quitting. This take goes out to all of my athletic parents, dads, especially, who, we always think that we can do the better job. We think we're the best trainer. We think we know the kid the best. And I for one, I suffer from this occasionally, but I've been blessed to be around a lot of people that I trust. And one thing that you have to learn to do is trust your athlete, your child, in a lot of cases, with someone else, right? At some point, there's going to be another coach that's going to come into the picture, and you've got to be willing to allow them to create a relationship with another coach, with another player, with another instructor. It's tough, but we got to understand that we can't do it all. We're not all knowing. We don't have all the answers, and sometimes it's just good for a fresh perspective on how to deal with the kid. I think the biggest thing that I see is a lot of times, especially dads that played at a high level, and it's not that you don't know the information, it's not that the kid doesn't listen. Sometimes that's the case, it's not always the situation. Sometimes it's the fact that you don't have the time to do it. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to develop athletic ability. There's a lot of things that go into it. And sometimes if you're working a 9-to-5, dads, we gotta sit back sometimes and just realize, like, I can't do all of the things that need to be done. A good suggestion is to bring in a professional or somebody who does development and exposure, somebody that actually deals in recruitment, and they can sit down and they can put you on a plan that shows you where you need to be at specific age points or specific days and times, right? It's not rocket science. We can look at recruitment cycles and look at players that are going into universities, and we can see where we need to be at certain times, what our speed should be, what our measurables are, right? And if we're not hitting those measurables, the reality is we're not on track. And it's tough to hear sometimes from a dad, because we want that relationship. We want to feel like we're the best trainer, but sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes we are. Sometimes the situation fits and it's a perfect time and moment, but there comes a time where your voice isn't the voice that they need to hear. A lot of times too, parents, especially dads that played, we're trying to cut costs. We're trying to avoid paying that training fee or that developmental fee. And sometimes you're not necessarily paying just to train the kid. You're not paying them for information. Sometimes you're paying somebody else to say the same things that you're saying, so you can have a better, more balanced, better relationship with your child at the end of the day. You are a parent. And sometimes you got to learn to step back. My daughter's playing sports. I love it. I love being right there helping her. But I do understand that there's going to come a time where I need to give her an opportunity to develop a relationship with another trainer, whether that's basketball, softball, baseball, whatever your athlete's playing, okay, parents? My dads especially, and I know it's tough on moms, but sometimes you're dealing with the backlash of this relationship, this negative relationship that's brewing and that's growing between your spouse and your child. And at the end of the day, we want this to be an enjoyable experience for the athlete, okay? So to wrap things up for today's take: quitting while you're ahead isn't the same thing as quitting, right? And that means that we have to understand the environment, the structure, the discipline, and the time that it takes to develop an athlete. And we have to be able to look ourselves in the mirror and say, you know what? I can't meet all of those requirements right now, and the child or the athlete is the one that's suffering. And we got to remove ourselves from it. Find you somebody that you trust, allow them to develop a relationship, and start your journey, okay? That's my take on it. I know it's hard to hear sometimes, parents. Financially, the investment, it's tough coming out of pocket, especially times right now, but sometimes in life you get what you pay for, okay? Athlete University, start or finish, take it or leave it. We'll be bringing you more takes like this. I hope you guys got a lot from it. Start or finish.